All right, let's just start by saying this loud and clear. Red Bull doesn't deserve Max Verstappen. Like, really, think about it for a second. This isn't just me being salty or taking a jab. This is obvious if you've been watching Formula One for even a minute. Max is a once-in-a-generation talent. He's not just a driver, he's the engine, the heart, the very pulse of Red Bull racing. Every podium, every championship, every record-breaking lap, Max delivers it all. And what does Red Bull do in return? They treat him like he's just another cog in the machine. They've been riding his coattails, enjoying the spotlight he creates, while often failing to give him the tools, the respect, or the strategy to truly dominate the way he deserves. Let's rewind a bit. 2021, Max clinches his first world championship in the most dramatic fashion. He carried Red Bull through chaos, pressure, and late-season tension. But even then, the team narrative wasn't fully about him. It was about the team's decision-making, about the car, about how they supported him. But the truth is, Max did the heavy lifting. Fast forward to 2025. Max is now a 4-time world champion, still in his prime, still breaking lap records, still delivering wins week after week. He's the face of Red Bull. The media calls him the best in the world, fans worship him, and yet, inside the team, the support is inconsistent. Look at the car development. Some weekends Red Bull nails it, other weekends the car underperforms, and suddenly the blame game begins. Not with the engineers, not with the strategy team. Sometimes Max is left carrying the weight of poor decisions. Before moving further, this video is sponsored by me, so like and subscribe for the real sponsorships. Thank you. Without Max, Red Bull would probably be midfield at best. That's not disrespecting the team, that's just math. And yet instead of recognizing this, Red Bull creates tension by holding Max to the same team equality standard, even when it doesn't make sense. That's where the villain arc starts. Max isn't a villain because he's aggressive on track. He's a villain because he finally refuses to be ignored, refuses to play by the rules that benefit everyone else but him. Every driver who's ever been the best has gone through this moment. The world doesn't want to admit they're better than the system. Max is that guy now. Think about Singapore GP 2025. Max is delivering flawless pace, getting to the front, and then Red Bull's strategy, call it conservative, call it chaotic, isn't maximizing his advantage. He's left racing against a broken team order, forced to make his own moves while his competitors get a free ride in certain scenarios. And he doesn't complain. He drives through it. He turns the heat into performance. That's the villain energy. He's literally winning races while everyone underestimates him. And let's talk about the media narrative. Every time he pushes, every time he challenges a team call, suddenly the headlines call him reckless or arrogant or driven by ego. Meanwhile, the same moves by a rookie or a teammate are spooned as bold or strategic genius. Max is literally doing the same things he always does. But because he's the driver carrying Red Bull's success, every move is scrutinized, misinterpreted, or downplayed. Now add in the human factor. Max has dealt with everything. Team favoritism, inconsistent strategy, car development issues, media pressure, fan expectations, and still comes out on top. That's insane. Any other driver would crack, would implode, would start blaming the team publicly. Max, he calculates. He adapts. He dominates. He's the only reason Red Bull even wins. And here's the kicker. Red Bull knows it. They know he's carrying them. That's why he's often constrained with rules or subtle limitations. We need to balance the team. We need to protect the other seat. We need harmony. Meanwhile, Max has proven over and over that harmony is secondary to dominance. And if you think he's not aware of it, you're wrong. The calm, cold, calculated Max Verstappen you see is fully aware that he's the one driving the success. That's the villain arc at its finest. The misunderstood hero, the unstoppable talent, slowly realizing the world around him is flawed and he's the only one willing to do what's necessary. And Red Bull, they're along for the ride. But make no mistake, he could leave tomorrow and the team would feel the vacuum immediately. Without him, all the accolades, all the victories, all the championships evaporate. Max Verstappen is literally the DNA of Red Bull racing. And yet he's constantly reminded that he's replaceable, or at least that his dominance has limits imposed by the team itself. And this is why I say Red Bull doesn't deserve him. Max deserves a team that pushes him to the absolute peak, that fully backs him in every strategic call, that develops the car around his genius rather than the politics of teammate balancing. He deserves a team that celebrates his dominance instead of trying to make him fit a narrative that benefits everyone else. That's villain energy, and it's beautiful to watch, because every villain in history is misunderstood, underestimated, and undersupported until they become unstoppable. Max is there. He's already unstoppable. And every race, every championship fight, every strategic misstep from Red Bull just fuels the fire. The fans see it, the media sees it, and the other teams fear it. Max Verstappen doesn't need Red Bull to shine, they need him to survive. And that's the power shift. That's the narrative. That's why this is the best villain arc Formula One has ever seen. The team that should deserve the driver, but the driver is too good for them. He's calm under pressure, ruthless on track, and fully aware that he's carrying a championship-winning team on his back. Every corner he hits, every lap he completes, every radio message, it's a reminder that he is the alpha. Red Bull, they're just the playground for his genius, and we're lucky enough to witness it. This is history in motion. The next time Max crosses the finish line first, the points don't just go in the standings, they go in the story of a driver who outgrew his team. A driver whose talent is bigger than the team that employed him. A driver whose villain arc is about asserting dominance, claiming respect, and rewriting the rules. So yeah, Red Bull doesn't deserve Max Verstappen. They never have. But the good news is, Max doesn't need them to deserve him. He's the one setting the pace, calling the shots, and defining what dominance looks like in 2025 F1. And the rest of the grid? They better watch closely, because the greatest villain, or misunderstood genius, is right there blazing a trail. And no team politics, no favoritism, no car issue will slow him down. Max Verstappen doesn't just win races, he's winning the narrative. And Red Bull is just along for the ride. And that, my friends, is why the world of F1 will never forget the genius of Max Verstappen. The driver, the champion, the unstoppable force who doesn't just drive a car, he drives history. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, all the basic stuff. Hasta la vista.
Robert, that is simply lovely.
Simply lovely.